Welcome to the Guilford County Partnership for Children's overview presentation on our new Infant Toddler Expansion Grant opportunity. Today, we're going to walk through a little bit about the Guilford County Partnership for Children, affectionately called GCPC, our new collaboration with Women to Women, a bit about the Infant Toddler Expansion Grant, the details of the grant and the requirements to apply, how you apply. We'll walk through some of the application questions. We'll go through the timeline as well as answer some of the frequently asked questions. The Guilford County Partnership for Children works to ensure that every child in Guilford County enters school safe, healthy, and ready to succeed. As a local nonprofit, we strategically invest over $18 million each year to support young children and their families from prenatal to age 5 through health, early literacy, family support, and enhancing the early childhood education field. We direct funding from state contracts, along with support from local foundations and private donors, to programs that make a measurable difference in early childhood development. As part of North Carolina's nationally recognized Smart Start network, we collaborate with partners across Guilford County to strengthen families and improve outcomes for young children and through evidence-based programs. We also administer North Carolina's largest NC pre-K program. Our mission is to partner with families, early childhood educators, and our community to support the diverse needs of children prenatal to age 5, ensuring their success in school and in life. And when we achieve that mission, we also reach our vision that every child in Guilford County enters school healthy, safe, and ready to succeed. Our board of directors adopted a new strategic direction in the fall of 2024. That strategic direction has two big buckets. One, improve the early childhood system. How can we leverage our resources to ensure that programs and services are implemented to fidelity across Guilford County to support the overall well-being of young children and their families? Our second big bucket is solving the childcare crisis. How do we work as a leader to leverage the resources we have, the collaborations and the partnerships that exist in our community to make a dent in the ever-growing and very present childcare crisis in our community? The Women to Women Fund is an initiative of the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. It's a permanent grant-making endowment, and they just recently announced $360,000 in grants to 10 nonprofit organizations serving women and families across Guilford County. This is the largest single-year investment the initiative has made in its history. As Tracy Clark shares, this year's grant cycle demonstrates the tremendous strength and resilience of our community. These 10 nonprofits are addressing some of the most pressing challenges facing women and families today, from childcare access and housing stability to healthcare, education, and food security. We are honored to support their work and to help create pathways to opportunity for women and children throughout Guilford County. Women to Women's largest grant recipient was the Guilford County Partnership for Children, which received a $75,000 grant to launch the county's first Child Care Expansion Grant Program, supporting licensed 4- and 5-star child care centers to increase infant and toddler care capacity. We are delighted to be a new partner of Women to Women. So what are the Infant Toddler Expansion Grants? They are an opportunity to increase access to high-quality licensed care for Guilford County's youngest learners, ages 0 to 24 months. Through the initiative, GCPC will award expansion grants to licensed child care facilities in Guilford County that are committing to adding infant and toddler slots. Priority for funding will be given to programs with a 4- or 5-star rating from the North Carolina Division of Child Development and Early Education, with select 3-star programs working toward higher quality considered based on available funding. This locally driven investment brings a proven model from Buncombe County to Guilford County and strengthens the county's early childhood learning infrastructure at a time of growing demand for infant care. So here are the details. Applications are submitted during the open application window through the portal on our website, www.guilfordchildren.org/expansion-grants. We'll walk through that timeline in just a minute. 4- and 5-star facilities who can increase capacity for infants and toddlers up to 24 months are eligible to apply. Interested facilities must fill out an application, which will be available on our website now. 2 funding application cycles will be offered this year, a spring-summer cycle and a fall cycle. The anticipated maximum grant award is $7,500 per facility. Our timeline, which we mentioned earlier. The spring-summer grant application cycle opens at the 1st of March. Applications are due on April 15th. Funding notifications will be made by May 15th, and grant funds will be dispersed to awarded programs by June 15th. The fall 2026 grant cycle will open on September 1st. Applications will be due September 30th. Funding notifications will be made by October 31st, and grant funds will be dispersed to programs awarded funding by November 30th. We know you're likely wondering, what does the application look like? Again, the application is a form located on the Guilford County Partnership for Children's website. In addition to providing basic information about your facility, name, contact info, information about the number of children you currently have enrolled, what kind of waiting list or open spaces you have, as well as your staffing information, you'll also be asked to talk to us about your center's long-term goals and how you plan to sustain the additional slots once they are created. We'll want to know about your experience completing a project from beginning to end. What is your role in directing or supporting quality improvement at your center? We'll also want to know what support you provide to your educators. How do you ensure they have training that helps them meet the needs of the children in their care? Do you participate in wages or technical assistance? We'll also want to know about how many infant and toddler spots you'll be able to create within the next year after receiving funding. Some of the sample projects we anticipate you may ask for support for: the need to purchase equipment or supplies for new infant and toddler classrooms. Examples could be updated cribs, toys and developmentally appropriate materials, diapers, etc. You may need to make repairs to space that's already open. Could be painting, HVAC repairs, or maybe improvements to your outdoor learning spaces. You may also need support recruiting educators or retaining them, so you may request funding for a sign-on bonus or a hiring incentive. Projects we would also consider is helping to support the coverage of the yearly enrollment fee your facility charges. Also, potentially enrollment incentives, maybe a free week of tuition for those who enroll their children in the new spaces. We've had the question, does renovating an infant room count as expansion? It does, if the program can clearly demonstrate how the improvements will increase the number of infants or toddlers served. For example, showing how the revamp moves capacity from X to Z children. So maybe you move your capacity from 4 children to 8, and how those new slots will be filled would qualify as expansion. A great question we've gotten is there flexibility in how the funds can be used? Yes, there absolutely is. Especially in this first round, we expect to learn alongside our providers about what the greatest needs are. In the past, some classrooms were ready to open but struggled to recruit teachers. Funds may be used to support payroll stability, hiring incentives, or sign-on bonuses, for example. Some more frequently asked questions. Are these funds only for Guilford County? Yes. This opportunity is specific to our community. What about long-term sustainability? This is a pilot initiative designed to test what works. The goal is to demonstrate success, build a strong case for continued investment, and engage the business community and philanthropic community as long-term partners. If successful, this model could expand and potentially support educational age groups beyond infants and toddlers. Can providers give feedback or ask about additional fund ideas? We welcome honest feedback. This process is new, and as it unfolds, we want to hear from you. The pilot is specifically designed to meet our community's needs for an increase in infant and toddler space and licensed childcare facilities, and we know we have things to learn in that area. If questions arise while completing the application, or you have creative ideas for how funds can be used, please share them with us. The best way to connect with us is to email information@guilfordchildren.org. If you have questions, want to meet one-on-one with someone from our team, Want to have this information presented to a group you're part of or for media inquiries, we hope you'll reach out to us at information@guilfordchildren.org. We're excited about this new opportunity and hope that you will join us in increasing capacity for infant and toddler care in our community.